Welcome back, guys. If you remember from last time, we got the ducting installed in the wall, the base cabinets anchored, and the door re-trimmed. I'm dubbing over this monologue because what I thought was going to happen today very much didn't. I'd planned on getting the countertops installed along with the upper cabinets. It turns out that would have made it more difficult to install the polisher later. So what we did instead was build the polisher assembly and internally install the necessary ducting inside the cabinets. It ended up being really cool though. So let's check it out. John is a simple man, ladies and gentlemen, and that's not a bad thing. What he's doing here is measuring the inside of the cabinet to see where and how to cut a board that will create a wall, using the simple expedient of writing on his hand to keep track of everything. The inside of the cabinet is shaped a little funny and ended up requiring this shape to fill it. You can see what I mean here. There's a thicker beam at the top and bottom of the cabinets, on both the front and back. These are intended to help you mount the cabinet to the wall as well as to the countertop. We had to notch out the corners of the board to match. This will create a wall to section off the air handler chamber from the rest of the cabinet, reducing the volume of air available to the handler and increasing the suction underneath the actual polishing wheel. You can see the large gaps that we'll have to fill here, but that's okay, it's a concern for another time. So our next step is to take these pre-cut sheet metal squares and bridge this to the vent that we've already cut inside here. So in order to make life easiest, I think what we're going to do is use these sheets, slip each one between the wall and the actual vent. That way we can screw this from the inside, but we'll be able to come back later and screw from the outside into the actual air handler. I think that's going to be easiest. So there we are, the completed vent. You can see the flaps on the sides are not connected. That's because the output of the air handler is slightly larger than the input of the vent. That's their entire point. So what we'll do is we'll screw those down with self-tapping metal screws to the output of the actual air mover, and then we'll tape the resulting gaps with duct tape. Now that sounds super redneck, I know, but that's the actual intended use of the product. So we've got all of this screwed in, and you can see we've started to lay strips. The tape will seal the airflow to make sure that outgoing air stays outgoing, and it can only pull from inside this cavity as well as, straight down from the polisher.
You know what I just realized? This is DUCT tape, so duct tape, not duck tape.
It's always been duct tape.
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Duct tape?
No, duck.
No, duck.
Yes, duck.
Duck?
Duck.
Not like quack quack.
No.
Like duck.
Duck.
Quack?
Duck.
Quack.
No, duck.
Quack?
Duck.
Quack?
Duck.
Quack.
Duck. Give me the tape. And that's that. So this is sealed up for great airflow, and I'll tell you a secret. Our original inspiration for this channel was going to be Trailer Park Jeweler, and it would appear that we have not come far from our roots. Now that it's all sealed up, we're going to turn it on and see what happens.
It's blowing.
Nothing exploded.
We good? Are we rolling?
Yeah,
Action?
yes.
Action.
Action.
All right, so now we're going to drill holes at 45 degrees so that we can anchor it to the cabinet. So now it's time to screw in the board.
With the internal wall installed creating the output of the air handler setup, our next step is to begin cutting the holes that will create the inputs. We'll need one 6-inch diameter hole under each side of the polisher. However, that will require us to cut 6 holes in total, 2 each through the inside and outside of the cabinet and 2 more through the countertop itself. Further complicating matters is the fact that the distance separating each side of the polisher is greater than the distance covered by the wall. This means that the ducting on the right side of the polisher will have to be curved to accommodate. We're using this variable diameter hole saw from Milwaukee, as you can see here. We don't recommend it, and you'll see why in just a second. Not only does it use an actual blade to cut with instead of a saw, which doesn't seem to want to cooperate with the wooden cabinets, it also can't handle the torque required to get through a simple wooden board. In the end, the internal shaft of the bit itself ended up shattering on us, ending our day prematurely. We'll get a new bit tonight and pick it up again in the morning. Until then, it's been a pleasure having you with us. Please let us know what you think in the comments, like the video, and subscribe, of course. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow.